What up, y'all? So I'm currently watching an interview with Errol Spence and Brian Custer. I say currently because I paused it probably like 35 minutes throughout to talk about this subject, because that's what I like to do when long interviews come out. You know, I break it into pieces, take little subjects that I want up out of an interview or whatever. So Brian Custer, shout out to Brian Custer. You know, he probably like, I always say this in all my videos, like I give him his credit. He probably like the best dude to interview somebody that they got over there. You know what I'm saying? If I say Brian Custer, then like Ray Flores. Other than that, like the other little people, they Jim and all the other motherfuckers they be having interviewing people, it don't really be about shit too much for real, unless it's somebody else like on YouTube, you know, within the YouTube community, who doing their thing, interview Errol Spence. Other than that, it ain't really popping like that. But with this interview with Brian Custer, man, good ass interview so far. Got me hyped for the fight, man. Can't wait for the fight. I'm gonna be there. So y'all get up with me, man. We can do a group picture, whatever the fuck y'all trying to do, man. Be out there actually for the whole weekend. I told y'all before, I be talking shit on YouTube, but I'm gonna get up off my ass and I'm gonna be there, nigga. So ain't no hiding behind the computer screen, all that shit niggas be doing, who never leave the basement or wherever the fuck they at. None of that going on. So anyways, back to the point. Brian Custer asked Errol Spence, man, he like, you remember that video where Errol Spence was like, hey, gonna make me 70-30 and then you gonna make me 80-20 a nigga. Popping this shit, just talking little shit or whatever on his girl live. Somebody took the clip or whatever and it went viral, and they took it as if Errol Spence was saying Terence Crawford gotta take 80-20, right? So, you know, of course Terence Crawford took offense to that type of shit or whatever. You know, did some little stuff on Twitter. I forgot what he said or whatever, but it wasn't nothing major. But Errol Spence came out after Brian Custer asked him about that. He was like, man, that was a fucking joke, man. I was just playing, man. Come on now, who the fuck gonna take 80-20 for a fight and shit like that or whatever, especially when you a champ and all that. So that's clarity for the guys who watched the interview and was just automatic like, Errol Spence don't want to fight. Cause that's what niggas did. Like, I swear, man, I don't be knowing where each and every person from, but I swear these niggas from somewhere else. These niggas be acting like straight bitches, man. Like, I knew the shit was a joke when I'm watching. I'm like, bro, he just talking shit, bro. Cause he know he gonna get the most, no matter however they cut the pie. He gonna have his slice gonna be bigger. That's basically the shit he was talking or whatever. It wasn't no real, you know, seriousness to the, you know, subject matter. But Earl came out, he like, man, that was just a joke or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He looking forward to the fight. He can't wait till it happen. And it should be an easy fight since he left with Bob. You know, he said he don't take offense to people who be like, my bad. He said he don't take offense to people who be like, Terence Crawford the best fighter in the division or whatever because of their little eye test. You know, niggas be like, I got the eye test and shit like that. So Earl like, man, he don't pay attention to no shit like that. He know he the best, and these niggas ain't gonna know till we get in the ring. So depending on who said the shit, he said he don't really take offense to that shit. He don't really give a fuck. He said when niggas be talking shit about him, how he ain't gonna be the same, he said he used that as fuel. You know what I'm saying? The fuel to his fire. He said, these niggas talk so much shit, I might even come out and talk some shit back. When, like, for instance, when the Blair Cobb things went, Blair Cobb was using Errol Spence's name for clout to help build his fight or whatever. So Chris Colbert did the same thing. Then they get their ass beat. So Errol Spence was just teasing them and shit online for talking shit, and then they got their ass spanked. So, you know, that happened. So that he spoke on that. You know what I'm saying? He said he used this shit fire, man. These niggas talking this shit. I might come out here, I be seeing shit. I might come out here and talk some little shit myself. That's what Errol Spence said. But, you know, Errol Spence a beast, bro. He he finna beat the fuck out of Ugas, but we all know that Terence Crawford fight gonna happen this year. Everything go like it's supposed to go. And another thing, I gotta talk this little story, right, about Bud. That gave me a little bit more respect for Bud. I always had some respect for him out away from boxing, but his little antics and shit, I ain't never like none of that shit. I always look like that was straight up goofy shit. Like, he just talking with a whole lot of bullshit. But, so, right, I was at the barbershop, Friday, right? No, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon or whatever. So my partner from out of town, right? He from St. Louis, right? He moved to Omaha about 4 or 5 years ago. So we was chopping it up, talking shit in the barbershop, shit like that. He was telling me how Omaha go. This before I never even mentioned Terence Crawford or nothing, but he was just telling me about Omaha and shit like that. So I'm like, man, you seen that nigga Terence Crawford? I ain't know if he watched boxing or not. I'm just, mentioning it to him. He's like, yeah, man, that nigga got hella respect out there. That nigga a regular nigga. He'll walk up in a Foot Locker, a motherfucking grocery store with his kids and everything, no security, no nothing. Everybody fuck with him and shit like that. Cause he telling me like how Omaha is. He like Omaha, like it ain't St. Louis, but it's like a small portion. He said it's like a small portion of them niggas in Omaha that's on that bullshit that like 80%. He said it's like a 20% like portion of niggas in Omaha that be on the same shit that 80% of St. Louis be on. He like, niggas like how all this be on some bullshit and go anywhere or shit like that. He's like a small portion of shit like that, but other than that, it's real laid back. He said he was telling me about Warren Buffett. How Warren Buffett fucked with Crawford and shit like that. He met Warren Buffett walking into a furniture store. He was just telling me a whole bunch of shit. And he was like, man, everybody fuck with Crawford around that motherfucker. Like, everybody. Like, that nigga like the hood hero around that bitch. Yeah, the way he was explaining it just sounded like some real shit. I'm just like, yeah, I fuck with that nigga on that level. But this boxing shit, he a fucking goofball. He be on some goofy shit. What I really feel like that nigga be doing is he kind of like be like trolling. He really be like kind of like trolling a lot of shit he be doing on Twitter and shit like that. But I know he is one of them guys who kind of sensitive though, for real. Even Sean Porter said that shit, how shit'll get to him before it get to him and all that. But long story short, man, that was my man's told me 2 days ago, literally. You know what I'm saying? Saturday. You know what I'm saying? He was here for the weekend. He just told me about that shit. He moved to Omaha. He been kicking it down there and shit like that. Like, real laid back and shit like that. But, Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford next, man. So, everybody should be supporting this Errol Spence fight. Ugas. Terence Crawford should be there. Terence Crawford, nigga, come to the fight, nigga. Get your ass in the ring after the fight. I want to see that nigga actually getting in the ring. Cause nigga, this literally on both sides. Cause the fight is gonna be next for sure. So after Errol Spence beat the fuck out of Ugas, he a tough fighter and all, but I'm talking about beat his ass bad, bro. Gut that nigga like a fish. Beat his ass. Get him the fuck up out the way, right? Bud getting that motherfucker. I believe this gonna be a hell of a promotion with them niggas. I believe Terence Crawford gonna be on some shit like trying to like antagonize Errol Spence to get him up off his A game, like piss him off. You know how like some little build-ups where a nigga talk cause what make me feel like that is because of the hallway situation where they bumped into each other in Omaha at the one of them fights for top rank. Errol Spence pulled up on his ass. And them niggas, popping their little shit, talking to some little shit in the fight, building the fight or whatever, right? The way Crawford was like acting, like silly and shit like that, it let me know kind of how this promotion gonna go when these niggas do fight. He gonna kind of try to like antagonize Errol Spence, get him up off his A game, make him fight a little reckless. You know what I'm saying? Where he don't use all the fundamentals and shit like that, but Errol Spence probably gonna use that shit You know, he gonna talk. He gonna bring a personality. I believe Bud gonna bring a personality out of Errol Spence that a lot of niggas ain't did before, and it's gonna make them believe that Errol Spence ain't really like on his A game, but I believe he gonna be on his shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I can see this shit already. Bud fuck around, come to a press conference with a big fat ass fish, drop the motherfucker on the floor, and be like, yeah, this what we do with big fish. Errol Spence turn around and be like, nigga, get your bitch ass on, nigga. You too light in the ass, fuck around, drop a Bud Light little motherfucking bottle, empty can, throw that motherfucker. Like, nigga, this what we do to Bud Lights, nigga, they too light. No, but it gonna be some shit though. I can see it right now, man. It's gonna be a good ass fight, man. A lot of niggas don't really have a lot of faith, don't really have no hope and shit like that, probably cause shit in their real life be all fucked up. So these niggas talk down on the fight, but it ain't never happening. Like acting like straight hoes, bro. Shit crazy, man. But this shit gonna happen, man, for sure. Stupid build up. You know, Top Rank ain't in on this shit, but I guarantee you ESPN still promote this shit like it's supposed to be. Stephen A and all them niggas, this shit gonna be still built properly. We don't really need Bob and them. So, you know, I heard Bud signed a 2-fight deal with PBC, so hopefully he ain't trying to fight, you know, ain't no bullshit to where he trying to fight like Danny or Thurman before he, cause I heard some shit about that too. Danny and Thurman, and then why Errol Spence fight Keith, he fight Dan. No, none of that. Nigga, we want immediate action, nigga, now. Nigga, on some real shit. But Errol Spence, he on that. He want this belt from Ugas, and he going in a smoke, period. That's how this shit need to go down. That's what we looking forward to as fans, and, you know, I can't wait, man. First of all, we gotta get this Ugas fight out the way. Nigga gotta be extremely focused for this shit, as I believe he is. I'm gonna be in the motherfucking building. Easy to find, probably like the freshest nigga in that bitch, you already know. So it's gonna be easy, you just spot a nigga, so yeah. Other than that, man, I'll get over with y'all later, man. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe already, and I'm out, y'all. Deuce.